Types of kids in high school part 2. Now you guys already know by the title, and with the love you guys gave to part 1, I just had to make another part covering more types of kids. So let's get into it. Alright, first up on the chopping block is the dumb kid. Now of course, you know there are 4 main learning styles that are generally used a lot from teachers these days, being visual, auditory, reading/writing, and kinesthetic. Cause obviously not everyone learns in the same way. We're all unique and different in our own ways. But the dumb kid, man, I don't even know what style of learning he is, cause he's not learning at all. Like 90% of the time, bro's just completely lost. Like the teacher could be explaining the most simple concept, like how to isolate for X, and bro would be asking the dude right next to him, yo, what does she mean by isolating for X? Oh, alright, so you're just gonna subtract 2 on both sides and divide both sides by 3, and that's your answer. Wait, hold up. I don't understand. Explain in like the most basic terms possible. Okay, sure. So you're gonna move the 2 to the other side and it becomes 14 minus 2. Then to remove that 3x, just divide both sides by 3 and then you get x equals 4 as your answer. Wait, but why though? Bro, what do you mean why? Do I look like I created math? And this doesn't only apply to math, this extends to like every other subject. Like dude's brain is just wired in a different way. Bro is the CEO of confusion. And I'ma just keep it a stack. I was this kid. Okay, next up we have the popular kids. So the popular kids generally were born into wealthy families and they were always repping the latest trendy drip, and they'd always be hosting the out of school parties at their mansion sized houses. They are also very involved with school clubs, sports, and events, and were all in all very extroverted people and socialized with others very often. They were like the school celebrities amongst the entirety of your grade population, and the media portrays these kids as assholes and arrogant people, which is pretty accurate because a lot of the popular kids just have the biggest egos and think they're above other people just because they have a little school clout, which is pretty cringe. These type of kids are the type to have their life peak at high school, which is a fat L. But this doesn't apply to all popular kids, obviously, because at my school, a lot of popular kids were chill as fuck and were nice to people. But bro, they're doing crazy stuff over the summer. Hey, what did you do over the summer, man? Oh, so I went to my cottage with my family, went to Greece, I went to France. Oh, I also did an overnight camp for like 2 weeks. I went to Japan and I went snowboarding on Mount Everest. What about you? Damn, how did you do all that in one summer? What the? I just been playing Minecraft at home. Next we have the ghost. Now this kid, I have no clue what's going on with this kid. This is the kid that you always see on the attendance list for one of your classes, but you have absolutely no idea who they are, cause they never show up. Like when the teacher reads out the attendance, they just be skipping their name and saying like, oh, Jimmy's not here, of course. Like where is this man? Like my theory is he's gotta be hitting the greatest side quest known to man. Like he's probably helping Percy Jackson find Zeus's missing lightning bolt or something. Or he's traveling across the Grand Line to find the One Piece. And the only time you will see this guy is on graduation day. Like what? So you're telling me this dude hasn't been to a single class and he still got his diploma? Bro definitely used some sort of cheat code for his diploma, cause dude, I need to be put on this method. The amount of boring ass classes I could have skipped is immense. Props to this guy for doing the least amount of work and still graduating, to be honest. Next we have the stoners. Bro, these dudes are always just 24/7 baked out of their minds, and they just be vibing throughout the whole school day without anything ruining their vibe. I feel like there are 2 types of stoners, the lazy one and the Chad stoner. So the lazy stoner, their main priority in life is just getting faded. Like they'll be skipping class, avoiding their homework, and doing anything just to get baked. And that leads to them just failing their classes, which isn't ideal cause you at least want to pass your classes so you won't have to repeat any classes for next year. Bro's basically trying to do a ruin your future speedrun. And for the Chad stoner, getting faded just improves his productivity by like 10 times. Like that zombie allowing his brain to form some sort of new connections that just turns this guy into an absolute academic weapon. He'll be studying for hours and hours on end non-stop, just straight in the zone, and complete all of his assignments in like a single session. And bro would do his tests faded as well and still score like a 90%. That Za has bro on his Einstein shit. Okay, so the next type of kid is the furry. Okay, so I'm not trying to judge these people. Like, it's 2023 and people can wear what they want, act how they want, and just express their true selves. But like, maybe I'm just not getting something, but furries be weird. Like, I don't know, these dudes like to act like they are animals and create a persona for themselves. Which, come on bro, like, you're not an animal, man. And some of these kids like to play further into their act as an animal by walking around on all fours. And sometimes they'll have someone walk them around on a leash. Like, bro, that's just taking it way too far. Luckily, I've never witnessed something like this at my school. Only the more toned down version, which is just someone wearing like cat ears. But then again, it's 2023, so like, whatever. Next, we have the loner. And I'm not talking about no popular loners. Get that shit out of here. That's a myth. But the loner, he's really just in his own world. Like, he's really antisocial and doesn't like talking to other people, leaving them alone with no friends and no one to really talk to. You'd see them at lunch eating all alone at the table on their phones or reading a book, and man, if you can, just go up to them and talk to them, because maybe they do want friends deep down and people to socialize with and feel like they belong to a group of people, or they just absolutely hate other people and don't want anything to do with you and others, and that's why they just keep to themselves, which then, okay, that's their problem to deal with then. Next, we have the NPC. Now these kids, they just spawn in randomly at your school. They're the type of kids that you never even knew went to your school, and randomly on a day you just saw them in the hallway and you think to yourself, wait, this guy goes to our school? Then you would try to go up and talk to them and it'd be like, hey dude, I didn't know you go to our school. What's your name? Carl. Okay, so what's up with you, Carl? I am going to math class later. Hooray! Alright, cool. So do you play any sports? Yes, I play esports. Aight bro, like the conversations you'd have with these types of people, like, I don't know man, like these kids are like AI generated or something. Like their code only allows them to have specific responses for certain situations, like they're literally robots. These are the types of kids who'd run to class if they were late, and these kids would be eagerly waiting for the school day to end, and they just instantly disappear and head on back home. How do I know this?
Oh shit, that's me!
Next up, we have the goth kid. So the goth kid, they definitely stick out from your average crowd in a high school setting with their dark clothing, hairstyle which is usually dyed, and the absurd amount of piercings they have, and that specific goth makeup. Goth kids tend to listen to metal and rock bands, you know, like your average Deftones and The Cure enjoyers. And some of them are like obsessed with the devil emoji. So yeah, that's a thing. These kids tend to be either depressed or mentally ill, and this isn't a diss, it's just straight facts. They'd be talking to you about how life is so miserable and pointless, and they'd be posting some like emo quote on their Instagram story or a self-deprecating meme. Like, shit, that's cool and all, but it's war day and my clan needs my morale to be high and mighty for my attack. I ain't got all that time to be hearing all this sad stuff. My clan needs me. And lastly, we have the TikTok kids. Now, bro, I'm sorry to say this, but that's a powerful word. I mildly dislike these kids. These are the type of kids who base their fits on these TikTok style boards. You know, like the e-boy and e-girl fits. These kids will also be filming TikToks wherever they go. In class, at lunch, in an assembly, in the halls, in the bathrooms. Like, name any location in a school and they'd probably film the TikTok there. But bro, then you have the kids who walk up to random kids and start recording them and start screaming like, yo, get sturdy, yo, right now. Like, bro, now these kids are actual pests and need to hop off TikTok. It's just so cringy watching them do that because majority of the time the person's just trying to be left alone. Don't be like this kid, man. And this concludes the sequel of the types of kids in high school. These are just stereotypes and don't apply to some people, obviously. But yeah, you guys can mix and match these to your liking and go follow that. Alright, I'm out though. Hey, if you're bored, go ahead and watch this video on screen. Anyways, I'm out.